All right, everybody. What's going on this morning? And welcome back to another episode of Reunion Station. You've got myself, Chad. We've got Dave. And today we're joined by somebody we have known in the auto space for quite a long time, from prospects to competitors to now being able to work together in a really cool capacity and really loving what he's doing with his latest venture over at AMG. JT, we're super excited to have you on Reunion Station, man. Thanks for being here today.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. And it's been an awesome relationship. I mean, Dave, Chad, many years. And I remember the first time meeting you guys, and y'all just genuine good people, And so thank you guys for having us on.
Absolutely, man. We appreciate you being here.
It goes back to the Leaf days, back before Chad and I, before Reunion was a thing. So it goes way back. We're excited to have you on here. I mean, the reason that we do this show in general is to try to just bring some light to different companies and what it is they do. So it's a little different than some other video series. It's not necessarily talking about different topics, but we want to know, what does AMG do? I mean, you've got all sorts of different companies. I know we'll talk about Mojo a little bit later, but in say 2 minutes. Give a high level. What are the differentiators? What are the benefits for the dealership? I mean, who is AMG and why are you guys special?
Well, thank you for that. Being in the business since, 2002, and always on, well, not always. At the beginning, it was retail, and then always on the partner side from there, from CRM companies to marketing companies. I saw this opportunity, in 2015 to 17, 18, where, dealers having somebody a little bit more on their side to help them get things done, pull things across the finish line, make sure they're making the right decisions, right? And there's a lot of great companies, technologies, and agencies that support dealers out there. But sometimes dealers, they're managing 100 employees, they're managing, countless number of customers and cars and all these things. They have a service manager, a parts manager, a finance manager, a BDC manager, but they really at times don't have a dedicated resource to lead all things marketing. And that's what Automotive Marketing Gurus is. We are a virtual CMO or a virtual marketing team that aligns and collaborates with all the partners that dealers have, and give them, really what our tagline is. We want to give them the ability to spend less time, less money on marketing, so they spend more time and more money on their people, process, and profits. Because we know, and we've seen it, where if you've got employees that are happy and executing, then you end up getting, customers, and they end up coming back for life. So I believe we're one of the largest and fastest growing automotive marketing teams that aren't considered an agency. And we're just super excited to help the dealers that we do today. We're still kind of small. I mean, we've got 107 clients across the country since we started in November of 2020. And, we just love, what I like to say, GSD, getting stuff done, and being a steward and an advisor to all of our clients.
Man, that's awesome. And I think you can really hear when you're talking about it, and just knowing you and your team. I think you guys, I don't think there's ever enough dealer advocates on our side of the fence, right? And I think AMG definitely sits there where Reunion tries to be as well, where we're trying to do what's best for the dealer at the end of the day, right? And I think that's so important for a dealer that is interested, or is, kind of, let's say I talk to some folks that they want to do it, but man, it just always kind of becomes that second or third piece that they're doing. They're wearing multiple hats. When you guys start working with a dealer, what can they expect? Like, how do they interact with AMG versus the agencies maybe they like, or maybe they got some on the question? How do you guys go about that in your process?
Oh, man, that's a great question, Chad. I mean, it really comes down to, most of our clients gain, obviously, the value and the opportunity of being more efficient and saving money. But where we find most of them really enjoy the services is they feel like they have an extended team and an extended employee, that helps save them a ton of time so they can focus on the bigger picture things. There's many groups that we work with that have marketing teams or CMOs or marketing directors that go, for a fraction of the cost, I can have experienced team members that have been in the automotive space for, each one of our marketing directors at least have 5 years in automotive technology or retail. And so when we onboard someone, it is first about, what do you have? What do you have and what do you don't have? And where are the communication gaps between you and your team? That's another very, very important part, is that, marketing happens or advertising happens, and then it doesn't get disseminated to the team. So we truly work to be an extension of them, and we get to work, right? Like, oh, who needs to know that? Your sales manager, your service manager. Let's find out and make sure that it's optimized.
Very
And
cool.
so it really comes down to, what do you have? What do you don't have? How can we optimize, get the most of what you got? And if it makes sense, double down in certain areas, or in some cases, we need to reduce in certain areas. Where we really find the biggest opportunities with most stores is that allocating funds to two big areas is really training their team. Some dealers believe it's like, just send me more leads and eventually some people will buy. I'm like, dude, if you increase your closing percent by 1 or 2%, like out of 1,000 leads, it's another 10, 20 deals, right?
Right. Yeah.
And the second place is really that community involvement. This is where dealers grew from in many, 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 many years ago. And it's something I'm actually going to be speaking about Digital Dealer this year.
Oh, cool.
Is the fact that the digital world is very important, but we can't get it convoluted from the fact that your reputation and all those components really have to be integrated. And, I really want to talk more about, tier 4 marketing, which I believe is really around the staff and how we're getting our staff to do that, and how we're marketing to our staff to keep them energized and the culture good. So ultimately, Chad, to answer your question in short terms, is what they have, what they don't have, where we can optimize, improve the relationship, and earn their trust as an advisor, where it's like they just ask, hey, here's my goals. And then we say, here's the plan to hit those goals. And then we go after it and achieve it every step of the way. We want them to feel like we have an office there and we're getting things done every single minute. There's a lot of providers that kind of sign some money up and it's a set it, forget it, or they just do a once a month phone call check-in.
Yep.
The way that we built this is be transparent, man. If team members don't have consistent communication and execution of their things, they lose money.
That's huge, man. Very different. I love that. Very cool.
JT, one of the things that I know that we've enjoyed, chatting with you about since, for the last 10, 11, 12 years really is, transparency when it comes to numbers, understanding numbers, the analysis, the data, all that kind of stuff. And that Mojo Tech really brings a lot of those themes, front and center. You care to share a little bit about what Mojo Tech is?
Yeah. The Mojo platform was originally, it was like something I knew we needed to do. Right. Mm-hmm. And so throughout the years, we've done it manually. And Mojo will not only help clients and dealers be more efficient and save money and make better decisions around advertising, but my biggest goal is to help automotive marketing professionals, whether that's in stores or groups or an automotive marketing agency. So you can bet your bottom dollar when the time is right. My hope is that even Reunion would be able to utilize this technology to make them and other agencies be stronger and faster. The goal of Mojo is pretty much to automate about 60% of an automotive marketing professional's job. And by way of building reports, analyzing the reports, knowing what's good and bad in those reports, and more importantly, comparing what's in that data to things where basically the goal is, I want somebody that for example, Dave, you guys hire somebody, you bring them in, you get through training, but maybe they don't have a lot of automotive or even marketing experience, but they're a good person. They have great talent. They have great energy. They're good. I want them to have the ability to log in and go, oh, I know that's good or bad. Now, I don't know necessarily what to do. Oh, wait, it's telling me what to do.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
So that way people can do things smarter and faster, again, by way of saving everybody time and money. But that's what Mojo is about. It's about integrating and aggregating CRM data, inventory data, budget data, paid media data, demographics data, market share data. All the things that when somebody sits down, they've got to go log into 8 different things. As a marketing professional, is it working? Is it not working? What do I do? What do I not do? And, and a lot of times, guys, performance sometimes is impacted by process, and there's a disconnect. Totally. And so, but Mojo, I'm super excited about. We're going to be deploying that heavy at speed in the upcoming months. But next year is going to be the real hard push in Mojo. And it's not necessarily a land grab for money or revenue and clients. It truly is geared around how can we make the lives of automotive marketing professionals better, where they don't have to sit and build reports for their 20 clients and try to build this analysis. Like they have something. And I'm talking about agencies or marketing directors or CMOs where literally they can go, oh, no, woo, Mojo's got it covered for me. I can go make dinner and take care of my family and take care of my kids. Because y'all know the grind. Y'all know the grind I'm talking about. You got a client, you get a client review, they had a bad whatever, or there's an opportunity, they got a new store. And so that's the goal, is that whether it's virtual, a partner, or internal, is to help everybody save some time and money and work on the bigger things at hand, But sometimes that data is so important to make decisions, and you got to do it. So how can we simplify it? How can we make it easy? And we're not trying to justify one specific vendor's existence or partner, rather. That's an important part that I'm actually doing in the tool, is not calling people vendors or partners, because dude, you hired them. Yeah. I mean, your employees are partners, man. I mean, and anybody that wants to go, oh, they're a vendor, I pay them, they should do whatever I want. Like, dude, if you treat people like that, do you treat your employees that way? And so then you wonder why you look at retention. Right. Anyway, that's another rabbit hole.
That's a soapbox we could all sit on for a little bit.
Anyway, that's the goal, Dave. So thank you for asking. But that's the goal, is to help make automotive marketing professionals, their lives easier, faster, and groove. So
summarize, it's like context and understanding made easy, I think, is how I look at it. So it's very cool.
And I love it, man. I think we have so many shared philosophies just around a partnership versus a vendor, about saving money, about everybody having access to data. This is one that just threw out, and you mentioned just a couple of things. I love the idea of like kind of tier 4 marketing. I haven't really heard of that before. I think you dropped a lot of really interesting things here from your perspective, looking at the automotive marketing landscape over the last more than a decade, right? A couple decades now for you. What's next though, man? Like if you were to like tell a dealer, about what's coming, what they need to be on the lookout for 2025 or 2026. We've had a lot of people on this show, and I like to ask because everybody sits at a little different place. Like if you were a dealer today, what would be top of mind for you when you consider marketing today, or what should be coming next?
I'm glad you brought that up. That tier 4 is one of the most important pieces. Everybody tries to claim attribution through the reporting. Oh, my CRM says this, or, oh, I looked in this CDP attribution data platform. They clicked on this, clicked on that, boom, boom, they came in. But what they don't tell you, and what you can't really track, is when an employee said, hey, customer, you should come here. Yeah. Do you have your accounting team pushing for you to get people into the door? Do you have your shop foreman? Do you have your technicians?
Very cool.
So that tier 4 marketing, the top of mind thing is, if you had a goal of going, I truly want my place to be one of the best places to work, you will see it translate into sales.
I love it.
And so if you spent more time, energy, and marketing around tier 4, birthdays, anniversaries, onboarding, training, communication,
right? Yeah.
It will have a domino effect, and everything that you do from an advertising perspective from there will be tenfold, and everything will work. You'll think that everything works, and I'll leave it, and I'll kind of close it with this kind of comment. And I love this quote: is the price of advertising is the cost of an unremarkable product or service.
Whew, goodness.
So if you got a freaking phenomenal product and service, you don't have to spend quite as much in advertising.
I think
your team is a direct reflection of that.
Well said. Well said.
Yeah, great way to close it out. Well, so if somebody wants to get a hold of you, learn more about AMG, XDC, Mojo, all those things. How do you get a hold of you, JT?
Yeah, you can always go to amg.team. I do have a .team and not a .com, or you can go to mojoplatform.com. That one I did .com, and then xdc.team is another one. We didn't talk about it, but it's a heavy competitor in the virtual BDC space. But
cool.
But yeah, that's real simple. Hit us up on the website, or you can email me at jt@amg.team or gurus@amg.team, and we'd love to talk, collaborate, or I'll just help. I just love helping people, so that's one of my big things.
Awesome. Well, great guy and great team over there. So thanks for coming on and sharing a little bit about yourself, and thanks everybody for watching.
Thanks, JD.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Chad. You guys are awesome.